Welcome to the Rare Fitness Podcast, where we talk to business professionals and how they're balancing everything in their life, including the most important, their health and their fitness. So, Justin,
Yes,
how do you fit it in, man?
Very carefully.
Has it always been very carefully?
It was non-existent for many years in life. I kind of traded off fitness for family.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
That's
but
a good trade-off. That's a good trade-off. Because if you're not showing up, you're not going to be there for your family, right?
That's right. That's right.
You're married, kids, right?
Yes, sir.
How many kids do you have?
4 girls. 4 women. 4 ladies.
Can any of you out there relate to that? 4 women. And your wife, so 5 actually, really?
Yeah, 5.
Okay. Wow. Man, let me be a high five for that dude.
Yes, sir.
So all right, both of us are 50, right?
We are.
Ish.
We are.
We're young people. We're young.
We have arrived.
How many years did you I won't say fly by the wire, but how many years did you not try to align up your health and fitness with your family and your business and everything?
All the way up until 48.
48.
Yeah.
Okay.
48, I kind of had the epiphany that I was going to get a 6-pack by the time I was 50.
Okay.
I had always had the, I guess, the mindset that it could happen whenever I wanted it to.
Okay.
But I never made it happen. So.
What was the trigger? Was there something? Was there a switch? Something happened in life? Like what? Because most people just don't.
50 coming. 50 being on the horizon. And, that pretty much was the Kickstarter.
Wow. But what about 50? What's the big deal?
I'd done tile work. I'd done renovations of bathrooms and kitchens and such, and basements. And I'd told myself when I was 40, that was my birthday present to myself, was that a promise that I would not be doing tile when I was 50.
Ah, okay.
So I already had 50 as kind of a marker.
So really it was just more of a self goal, right? You didn't realize the other benefits you got from that.
No. The journey from getting and joining Rare has been quite astonishing. I really didn't expect. I expected a lot, but I received far more. I felt like my posture. I felt like my walk was lighter. Felt like I was
after getting into shape.
This is after
six-pack.
getting into shape.
Yeah.
I felt like I was, and that's a benefit that I did not see coming. I did not think that just walking, I would feel that much
confidence, self-esteem,
just good.
Okay.
Because it wasn't necessarily an ego thing, more so just feeling good, like walking on air.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back, though. So you did tile work most of your life. At 40, you're like, hey, I'm going to set a goal 10 years from now. Well, so let's even start there. Like, how does that happen? Because most people are like, God, I can't even think about tomorrow. Like, what are you talking about 10 years from now, man?
Yeah, self-employed. I guess that has a little bit to do with it. I've been self-employed almost all my life. I started my own business at 25. And
was that the tile business? Okay.
And I'd been, kind of doing that to raise my children, to raise the girls. I wanted to be able to be home in the morning with them, see them off to school, and see them home from school.
That's an awesome goal.
And working in other people's houses allowed that because, people don't necessarily want tile work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Nor do they want it at 6 o'clock at night.
Clanging and banging. That's actually, I've never thought about that. That's actually good
really
logic.
Well. Yeah, it worked out well.
Yeah.
That I could carve out family time or kind of have a profession that allowed that. But it also was a trade. Because
everything's a trade.
Yeah, not working those extra hours, you don't get the extra
income,
benefits.
Revenue. Yeah. No, it is. But, I mean, hey, so you have 4 beautiful daughters and a beautiful wife, though, too, right? I don't think you could trade anything for life, though, right?
No.
Right.
I like the way it went down.
Yeah.
Was it the smoothest? No. And would I have done things a little differently? Yes.
Yeah.
But I like the way it went down.
Absolutely. Hindsight's 20/20. But bringing that up, nothing's smooth in life, right?
No.
Would you? So I think this is a good
little. You got to embrace that.
Yeah, you got to embrace it, and you have to improvise, right?
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, we've seen that with the gym and being self-employed as well, like you. You get a little calloused, right? You're able to handle or in our experience, issues a little bit better just because they come at you every day. Would
Yep.
you agree with that?
That is correct.
Yeah, right? A little bit different.
Yeah,
We're 9 to 5, like my
business
brother.
owners are a different breed.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah, you got to figure stuff out.
When I was doing tile, it was you really focused on that job, and then when it was done, then you were like, okay, now I can go find another project to do.
Yeah.
But then that could be 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're waiting. So it was a juggle to play that game of not being a business savvy
Yeah.
back then.
Okay.
But still being a business owner, you
Yeah.
know, it's like I wasn't necessarily, you know, in it for the money.
Yeah. So you did that. You started at 25.
Yeah.
You did it to 40, so that
40s.
was 15 years.
Yeah.
But you really had a goal. You were still doing that up until you were 50, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 25 years.
Yeah, and small secret, I'm just finishing up a tile project.
So you're still doing it on the side.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
For special people who you know that I do tile, and
So if you're special out there, Justin can help you out. He does side work.
there's a price just for you guys.
Special price. So that's awesome. I love hearing about that. So at 48, decided I want to stop tile work at 50.
Yeah.
You know what? Heck with that. I just want to get a six pack. Did you have this mental thing about, man, I'll be 50. Can I really get a six pack?
Yes and no. Like I say, the mentality had always been whenever I wanted to, I could get it done.
That's a good mentality.
And the fact that I'd been putting it off and never put it to the test, if you will, never made
Was
my
there ever
words
some
come into
doubt
yeah.
to fruition?
So it's like now I got to put my body where my mouth has been
Yeah.
for 30 or 40 years, talking that way, you know, so like I better back it up.
Yeah.
But no, that wasn't necessarily the thing. More so just trying to be healthy and switching things up.
Okay.
That, and I guess it was some motivation seeing your pictures online of your transformation.
So that drew you
I
in.
was like, hey, I know that guy.
I've known him for quite a while.
He didn't look like that when I knew him.
Yeah. What are you talking about, man? Come on. I've always looked like that. So you saw my pictures online from our presence on Rare Fitness. And then what did you do?
I've been thinking, when can I fit it into the schedule type thing? You know, like when will it work out? And then we ran into each other at a mutual friends party, a New Year's party, and you invited me in. And I guess at that point I was like, well, and I said yes.
Yeah.
So I figured, I guess I need to show up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if it's your goal, you got to show up. That's right.
And I said I would, so.
And you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your exact, what did you say to me? What was your exact goal?
I said I wanted a six-pack.
By the time?
I turned 50.
Yeah, I want a six-pack by the time you're 50.
I was straight up with it.
And you were what, 49, correct?
Yeah, I was right
Okay.
at 49. I was 48, but I
Okay.
was about to turn 49.
Okay. And I remember saying two things to you. Do you remember what I said to you?
You said, easy. This is what you said.
Yeah, I said, yeah, easy, done.
Done.
And then number two, why did you wait so long to contact
Yes,
me?
you did say that.
Because we've known each other for decades.
Yes.
Decades. And I've done this my entire life.
Timing is everything.
True, it is, yeah. Also, so key point of that, timing is everything, but also putting something out to the world. Like you've been thinking about, I want this. And that's powerful. It's the same thing when you open your business, right? While we relate fitness with business, if you want to start your own business, you certainly can. So we got your goals, and we did what we did. We've shown you the video before. We sat down, did your goal session, got you on the InBody, because we need to see, hey, where are you? Where's your body fat? How hydrated are you? How's your muscle mass? What's your weight? Where's your BMI? Blah, 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 right?
Yep.
Okay. And then again, where's your goal?
Yes.
All right. And we like to explain that too, is it's a simple thing. Your goals are just like, from a health standpoint, just like, where do you want a vacation? And some people downplay.
Very individualized.
Very individualized, but also like, magic wand. Like if money was no object, where would you vacation? If money was no object, and time and all these other excuses we all make, what would you want that to be like, right?
And that answer is going to be different for each
Right.
individual.
Right.
So yeah.
And again, getting back to you with the
makes
easy.
the world go round, eh?
That's right. You said, I want a six-pack by the time I'm 50. It'd take a year. And I said, oh, done. Right.
You're like, that can be done in like 6 months or weeks.
6 months, and
after-
I think we
forget
started
what
seeing
you
your
said.
abs 3 months in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it was
And I'm
pretty
like, oh, now it's just money from here. Like, how ripped do you want to be?
That's right.
Okay, so let's jump forward a little bit though. In your journey, what would you say was the easiest part about it, and what would you say now from an honesty level? Was anything really that challenging?
Starting the routine is the challenging part.
Okay, starting the routine. I mean, 50-year-old habits, man, those are hard to
That's
break.
right. And getting used to I think I tried to kickstart my routines by making sure I got up at the same time every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that seriously.
Yeah. Actually, you took that very seriously because we've talked about how that had truly changed the momentum in your day, right?
Yeah.
About you set your alarm for a specific time and you showed up here at the gym 3 to 4 days a week for that class, period.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yep.
And that was your staple.
And
No
that's
matter
key.
what. Didn't matter if I got to bed at 2 or 9. It's on me.
Yeah.
And you had that for that year. Can you explain to people, because a lot of people, hey, but I go to work at 4 in the morning. I'm busy. I got to get my kids ready. And you have 4 daughters, right? How did you make that work?
I just got up earlier.
It can't be that simple, Justin. But I mean, I gotta watch the Desperate Housewives. I don't go to bed till 11 o'clock.
And that's fine regardless of how much time I slept.
Yeah.
It was like, that's just what it is. I'm
Yeah, and at
waking
first,
up
because you weren't bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at first.
No, I was coming in with hoodies and hats on, and I was
Yep.
like just trying to bury myself, and
Yeah.
it was more of just getting through the being here. You know what I mean? And not that I didn't want to be here.
Right.
I wanted to be here. Not that I don't like being here. I like being here.
Yeah.
It's more of just getting here and being here, and your body gets warmed up. So everybody has a little bit of time process to warm up.
Yeah.
Get the fog, the morning fog out
Yeah,
of your
yeah, yeah.
brain. And when you're trying to fight a routine or fight a habit to find that cozy pillow,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it does make it a little rough at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's because it's all mental then at that point.
Okay, so after the first thing, you changed your routine. It was getting up at the same time every day, going to the gym 3 to 4 times, making that class. Great. What was so that was a challenge, right? But you did that.
Yeah, that wasn't the hardest challenge though, no.
Oh, okay. So let's get to that, but then also want to follow up with what was the easiest thing about it? So what was the hardest challenge? Let's go to that.
Tracking food.
Okay. Now this is specifically, we had you do that because of your goal of having a 6-pack at 50.
Out of all the routines, that one paid the most dividends
Okay.
the quickest.
Ah, I got you. Okay.
Like you could see the results. And not only just diet,
Yeah.
it's that added routine of tracking everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's another mental thing, it's another layer, I guess, of routine, because you're already going to the gym, you're doing that routine, you're already eating certain ways. But,
Probably bad.
Yeah, but the idea of actually tracking it and actually logging it and keeping that diary, at that point, it triggered something in my head that made me think that I needed to journal in general, which is something I'd never done as an adult.
Even with your business.
No. Well, I mean, yes, no.
So we use a simple analogy, just like everybody here. You have a car.
Yeah.
There's the oil pressure, the fuel gauge, your speedometer, the RPM, the temperature, right? If you have a nice performance car, maybe there's a supercharger, so you have a boost gauge, right?
That's right.
There's all these gauges to see how your car's going, right? And cars are pretty technical, but nobody does that with like the most technical. Like people talk about AI right now. I'm like, remember, like we created AI, not us, but people, right? Like we are the most complex scientific thing ever created, right?
And
But
I
we
think-
don't track that, which is crazy.
Just like you said with the AI, I think that's a very good connection between, because our brain is a computer, if you will, and that routine kind of, your body craves it actually.
Mm-hmm.
And
We like routines.
And once you get on that routine, it creates, I guess, clarity. It creates motivation and energy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
typically to create another routine.
Now and again, would
But
you say though,
once you start layering them like that, it really starts
successful,
to compound.
positive routines, right? Because before you still had routines,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they just weren't serving you to line up with the goals that you currently had, or
And there
wanted.
was less of them too. Like
Right.
say if it's the routine is just to not do anything,
Yeah.
then yeah,
Yeah, right.
that's it.
We quote it, and I'll butcher this, but Aristotle had a quote. It's something like, "We're not, your success is dependent on the habits you create, basically." And hey, there are successful habits and there's poor habits, right?
Yeah.
Again, we could talk about anything, but what's a poor habit with your health? Eating fast food every day. Well,
Yeah.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand, like, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and all these things you kind of know going into it.
Most people have poor habits, right? And I don't mean that to judge somebody, but look at your habits. What are you doing? So if you get to eating McDonald's every day, you're probably not going to have the body of your dreams. If you are getting some sunlight every day, if you're drinking water every day, if you're getting, I'm not going to say 8-9 hours sleep, but quality sleep where you wake up like, God, I slept really good, right? You start,
Yeah.
like you said, layering those things.
Yep.
Now we're putting in some successful habits, right?
Yep.
All that.
And this is a good time to go ahead and plug that video that we just put out that establishes those 7 keys.
The 7 key habits, yes. So follow that on our YouTube page. Subscribe, like, comment. But we have one, the 7 habits to your success. It's free. Go check it out now.
You just start stacking those up.
Just start stacking those. Starts with sleep and hydration. Couldn't be any easier. You don't need a coach to do that. You just have to start building a routine and a habit around it.
And you got to want
like
it.
Justin did. You do have to want it, that's for sure.
It is kind of like putting a foot down and, I guess a line in the sand, however you want to mentally, see that. But you're really, you're standing up for yourself.
Yeah. And again, you ask anybody, want to get a 6-pack at 50, that's a little extreme, right?
It can be.
What was the easiest thing you would say when you started?
The easiest.
Yeah, to help everybody out there, like when you started, like, yeah, this wasn't challenging at all.
Because,
or was there any? Maybe there wasn't.
Yeah, it's hard to say that anything was easiest.
Justin, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that this is really easy, man.
Because on the level of ease, all of it was about a 2 or 3. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it was pretty easy.
Difficult, challenging?
Yeah, it wasn't that, because it's all basically mental and going and saying I want it. And once you decide you want it and you keep that routine going, it really has the hardest part is the starting.
The start, first step.
Yeah. And then the easiest part would be, I guess, that first step once you've got 8 or 9 steps ahead of you. All that first one's now easy.
Would you also say, though, too, being in a community of like-minded people, like other business owners and people with similar goals, and having accountability, like a coach, like, I got you.
Was the easiest part receiving text from you saying, "Where are you?" Yeah.
Come on, man, that was really easy.
that part's easy. That part's
yeah, right.
easy.
That's easy.
Getting motivation from people is freebies. That's and that's easy stuff right there to receive.
Being around a collective group of people trying to improve.
Yes.
Right? Because like I'm not Town Horn. Like, you're an amazing person. We have a lot of amazing people here, which I'm sure all the other gyms do
hive.
too. But we try to, your hive, your tribe, right? But what do we always do? Like, talk to people, get to know them. Who are they? What do they do?
Yeah.
Because most people just, head down, earphones on, never talk to anybody.
Yeah, and I did do that at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dove into YouTube. I dove into the whole entire genre, the industry itself. Like I became a gym rat.
So when you got your 6-pack and stuff, did everything else, like in life, were there any less distractions? Did things get better? What happened with business, with family, relationships? What happened?
I guess the great thing about routine is in structure. It provides structure.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of that routine and structure, there is more predictability. So there is less distractions at that point because I've heard of people scheduling out their day to the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you're scheduled out that far, it's really hard to have a distraction.
Very focused then, huh?
Yeah. So the routines kind of helped that process of maintaining I guess a flow.
Yeah. Each day. Instead of like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, and so the distractions get limited, and then then you're kind of like, so yes, life gets better. It kind of like sneakily gets better.
So some of those you don't even notice at first. You're like, man, this was better today. Like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything differently.
Right. You throw in the fact that you're sleeping better because you have the right foods on your belly. You're walking taller because of your posture is getting better.
Because you got some muscles and everybody's checking you out. Like,
your
dang,
abs are a little more
noticeable,
engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned something a minute ago about putting the right foods in your body. In the year we trained at Started, did I ever tell you couldn't eat something?
No.
Come on, man, you lying. You got to be lying.
Not at all.
I didn't say don't eat pizza. You can't have any alcohol. Don't have a burger with
That's
fries.
one of those things that I kind of was surprised. I was thinking that I was going to get a meal plan, like you eat this, you eat that. But no, you were like, just figure out how to get to that number.
Wait a minute, what do you say when you get to what number? What are you talking about?
Your macros.
What are macros? Give everybody layman's. What's macros?
I guess your food is broken into protein and carbohydrates and fats.
Correct.
And each food has a number of that goes into each one of those categories.
All food has a number.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And macros
Except Tic Tacs. Tic Tacs are pretty
zero. Yeah.
zero across
Tic Tacs. So macros are protein, carbs, and fat, and then we have micronutrients, which you think vitamins, minerals. That's the way everyone's like, what is a macro? Protein, carbs, and fat. Say it back with us. Protein, carbs, and fat. Those are macros. That's it, right? Cool. But you also learn with that. We try to give everybody an example. I'll use this water bottle real quick. So this is, 24 ounces, a shaker bottle, I think. If we put, it's probably 2/3 or half full. If we fill it up, what's going to do? It's going to overflow, right? It doesn't matter if you put extra fat, extra protein, extra carbs. It spills over, and you're going to retain that as excess calories, and you're going to put on weight. It's that simple. Well, our stomachs are exactly the same way, right? And we talked about that. So, what's your height and weight?
Let's see. Now, I'm 5'10".
5'10".
I'm 5'9 3/4".
Okay, I'm 5'5 1/4.
And I think I'm like 165.
Okay,
right now.
Slender guy, but still taller than me. And I'm 5'5 1/4. $150. Right, we're different individuals. Now our stomachs are about the same, but let's say you were 6'5", 300 pounds. Ask the audience, like, who do you think needs more fuel, the 6'5", 300 pounder, or the 5'5", 150 pounder? Well, it's easy, right? Give an example. In the summer, do you sweat a lot?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I do.
Once I start,
yeah. I know I do a lot, like my
going.
head. Yeah, I'm like my grandmother. But everybody has a number, so we help you understand, like, try to get there. What is it that you need to do just to maintain daily?
That's the hardest part, is that juggle of figuring out how to hit those. Not just hit those. You had me hitting those within a range.
Yeah.
And the tighter that range is,
the more levers you can control, right? You can learn how to, we like to say it's like learning how to drive a Ferrari, because, again, we are the most performance, human beings are like the highest performing species, whatever, right? We're high performing machines. But if you can learn that, and it's really, like you said, it's not that hard. Once you do that, but then you can control that, right? You can get a 6-pack. You can do whatever you want to do. You can even get to the point where it's easy, and you can just kind of stay the status quo. I just want to maintain, right? But I want to maintain healthily.
So when my year absence from the gym, or however long it's been, probably has only been 8 months.
Yeah.
But I maintained because I kept eating the same stuff that I was eating. That routine stayed.
Yeah. Now, would you say your body was as defined as you had gotten?
No.
No. But you definitely, when you came back, man, you're still lean, look great, awesome.
Yeah, I didn't lose too much of the muscle per se.
Okay.
I'm sure there's muscle that was lost, but
probably a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, I was make sure that I was keeping the protein up high, and I don't know. I feel like I was staying active enough to like keep it from like completely disappearing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you did. You did for sure. Okay. So what else? Anything else you want to tell anybody watching that was a benefit for you, something you got out of it, something you feel would help
I did touch over the Tic Tacs, and Tic Tacs are no joke, by the way. I mean, it's something that you can put in your mouth to keep you from snacking that doesn't have
Any calories.
Any really calorie. I
Yeah.
think there's like a fraction of a calorie or something like that per one or less.
All right.
It's kind of wild. I was keeping some Tic Tacs on me because during the process there was habits that had to get broken, and eating something, snacking all the time was one of those habits.
Were there things once you got more dialed in with your body and how you were feeling, right? Were there things you started to notice, like from maybe a food or something, like, oh wow, that didn't like feel good? Like, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, was there food you used to eat? We have a saying,
yes.
So many people feel like crap, and I mean this, I'm not hitting on anybody or knocking them, but so many people feel like crap that they forget what it feels like to feel actually good.
I think when I went on vacation that one week during the summer, you said, yeah, you can have one day where you can just kind of splurge, do what you want.
Did you enjoy that day?
No.
It was a vacation day. Come on, man.
Because you eat too much and you can feel it.
You feel like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a good feeling.
No. So we actually do that from a psychological standpoint, right? Because we want you to, so it pushes you over the edge. And psychologically, you're more than likely to get back on the horse the next day. So if you have a pizza, no, don't have a piece. Eat the whole damn thing. Let's go.
All in.
Go all in. Haagen-Dazs, doesn't matter. Don't have a scoop. Eat the whole damn jar.
It's like those guys parents that make their kids smoke the whole pack of cigarettes.
Exactly. Yeah, damn right. Hey, don't just do it easily. Like, go all in, right? Well, cool, man. Absolutely proud of you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And everything you've learned. And thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And so if, hey, you found value in this video, this interview with Justin, like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment below. That only helps us even more. Go check out the 7 tips to your health and fitness, and we'll be bringing more videos to you with amazing business owners and people like Justin. So we'll see you next time. Peace.